Well, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea apparently unsettled. There's always a reason. There's always a reason when the team is on the decline. There's few things that may not be correct in the background. And this is what we're going to look at, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on with this.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get stuck straight into this breaking. And this is coming from apparently a source close to Simon Phillips, and he's the one who's reported this. Let's have a look at this. This is interesting. I think this is going to start painting a picture for all of us as to what's really happening behind the scenes, possibly, and what is required for Graham Potter to move forward. Because this rebuild that we talk about, that we've been talking about, specifically just for midfield, I think it's for generally the entire team. It's not just for the midfield. I think it's very important that Graham Potter gets his own team down the track. But let's have a look at this particular news. CFC fans page, who's a very big Instagram account. A lot of players are unsettled at the club, some unhappy with London and at the club in general. Some want out immediately, which we know already, and some of the older players who have been here a while are frustrated at the staff constantly changing. Half of the squad don't even really engage together, and it feels like some are strangers to each other. This has been the same issue for some time now. Kovacic and Mendy are two players seriously considering their future. Time to rebuild. And apparently this is coming from, as you can see, a top source to Simon Phillips, who's commented on that. Now, I'm not surprised. Let me just break it down from the beginning. There is absolutely no doubt that the departure of Thomas Tuchel has had a negative impact on a lot of players. Whether we like that or not, whether we bring back the conversation of Thomas Tuchel, that's a separate story, right? All of us, even the fans, we've been connected with Thomas Tuchel so much. It's been a while since the fan base was that deeply connected to the club and a manager. But that aside, we're not going to go into that because right now it's the Graham Potter era. We cannot deny the fact that these players, they've been impacted by it. Now, for me, it absolutely sucks. Obviously, it sucks that these players, they're in a conundrum at the moment. They're in a situation where they probably don't feel 100% with the club, and I don't think that's fair on Graham Potter. I absolutely hate the situation these players are in. Like, they're probably going into the club not feeling completely 100%, but at the same time, this is detrimental to the club. I understand. I'm sympathetic about your feelings, but this is my club. And I think at the end of the day, the best case scenario is for you to move on. As sad as it sounds, if someone like Kovacic, who I think it can be said, he was very much connected to Thomas Tuchel. Even Mendy was never dropped under Thomas Tuchel, so I can understand. And it's not just them two. There was Rudiger, Christensen, I'm pretty sure, was pretty close to Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel wanted to keep Christensen. Definitely Rudiger, he wanted to keep him. Thiago Silva, God knows what his future is going to be like. Yes, he came in when Frank Lampard was there, but he definitely did enjoy his time under Thomas Tuchel. Is it going to be the same under Graham Potter? I don't know. And there could be other players that probably fall into the same category. Now, with that being said, for Graham Potter to get the best out of this squad, he's going to have to, unfortunately, let some of these players go. Even if they mean that they're key players of the team, like players like Kovacic. It sounds crazy to even think about letting him go. But if he's not connected to the football club because of his reasons, as we just shown, maybe he just doesn't feel connected anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's fed up with all the changes, the constant changes. And the changes have been massive. It's not just Thomas Tuchel. We don't have our old medical team. We have a whole heap of different people in the background. Peter Cech is gone. Marina's gone. Bruce Buck's gone. it's a total new setup. And I'm not having a go at Todd Bowley either, because at the end of the day, you're the owner. You're the new owner. You've come in. You've got every right to bring in whoever you want to bring in. Whether you did the right thing by chopping and changing so quickly, once again, that's a separate discussion. But you're the owner. You've made the choice. And these will be the consequences. And some of those consequences could, and not just could, will impact Graham Potter. I'm only looking at the betterment of Chelsea Football Club and how Graham Potter can get the best out of the situation. Because for me, I can sit here and moan and cry that, oh, look what's going on to my club. But we have to accept the fact that the new owners have come in. So for me, look, I would hate to see Kovacic, Mendy, and all of these players, Thiago Silva possibly as well, leave, because they are key components of this football club. But if they're not feeling connected, and if Graham Potter is not able to get the best out of them, best to let them go. Best to let them go. There was some recent news about Jorginho perhaps, wanting to stay with the football club, but he wants double the salary. I mean, some of these things are a bit mad at the moment, and I can understand. Probably Jorginho is looking at some of the salaries that other players are getting, and he's thinking, well, why am I getting the short change over here? But doubling his salary, he wants something around 230k. I think, look, we need a proper revamp, as I said, not just in midfield, but in many areas of the team, but definitely in midfield to start off with. N'Golo Kante, I don't think we need to give him another contract. His injury situation is so poor. He needs to move on as well. Kovacic, apparently he's not 100% fit. We'll do the match preview for the Man City game tomorrow live, so do look out for that. But Kovacic apparently isn't 100%, and this is something that Thomas Tuchel said, and Graham Potter has been talking about it as well, that he's been managed. I won't be one bit surprised after the World Cup, Mateo Kovacic comes back and he needs a surgery and he may be out for a little while. So you've got Jorginho, who is asking for insane money for his contract extension, which I don't think we should be going through that particular channel. We should be thinking about, there are other players, other midfielders that can do Jorginho's role and probably at a better level. Taking nothing away from Jorginho. This isn't a slander. I like Jorginho, but that wages, 230k or something like that, is insane for your last contract. Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, we've already got question marks. So Graham Potter, look, I've got my concerns around Graham Potter, but I'm not going to sit here now and say, do you know what? Get rid of Graham Potter. No way. But at the same time, Graham Potter has to be given the right tools to succeed at Chelsea Football Club. It seems like the current team is disengaged. As the report says, half the team don't even mingle with each other. So there's a bigger issue. There's a much bigger issue. The way the team plays, and it might have been a bit of a bounce initially because of the new manager and so forth. And now that things are slowly settling down, players reverting back to how things used to be. And, these sort of things, they need to be looked upon. We sat here and we were talking about Thomas Tuchel. Oh, he can't get the best out of this place. Graham Potter can't get the best out. As I was saying, the decline, the way we play is not a surprise, is a complete reflection of what the situation is in the background. Teams that play well, that they have somewhat of a positive back set. So something to definitely think about, ladies and gentlemen. You let me know how you feel about this particular news. There's a deeper issue that's going around, and it's slowly coming into fruition, I guess. Now, next up, breaking. Reece James has been told by specialists he could be fit in 3 weeks' time, leaving Southgate with a huge selection dilemma. Now, some of you guys might be so excited about this. Some of you guys are, can't wait to see him back. I'm concerned. I really am. I mean, I get it. Reece James, you want to make the World Cup. I completely understand that. It comes once every 4 years. You've been looking forward to this. No problem. If you're fit, fine, go. But I'm concerned that we're going to rush this guy back. Look at the damage our team is having already without this guy. This guy goes to the World Cup and let's say he's rushed back in, and for some reason he's been used and he gets to play in a particular match and he picks up a similar injury again, and this time, it's for a longer time. I mean, God forbid, I hope it doesn't happen. But when you rush someone in, and this player, Reece James, he's the only world-class player I reckon we have at the moment at Chelsea Football Club. This guy, if he's, God forbid, if he's injured for a longer period, there goes our season. He's crucial defensively and offensively. He's a cheat code. I'm just a bit concerned, man. He could be fit in 3 weeks, which is okay. And you want to go to the World Cup, but I hope your recovery is done properly. I hope it is monitored and you get the green light properly, and not that you've been rushed back in, thrown into a high intensity match, and this time you pick up an even longer and more serious injury, and that will be detrimental to his Chelsea career and our outlook. So I can't be completely, excited about this, but if he needs to go to England, I hope it's the green light. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the two news I really wanted to go through with you guys today. We'll do the match review for the City game tomorrow live early around, say, 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. UK time. So do look out for that. But yeah, let me know. Let me know about the Kovacic and Mendy situation. I mean, look, it's starting to be a bit obvious, isn't it, with the Mendy situation, how he's not accepting the contract that he's been offered recently. He wants more money. That might be posing one of the issues so far, but obviously the fact that he's all of a sudden become number 2 as soon as Graham Potter's come in, that could play a part. Kovacic's contract as well, I believe he's got 2 more seasons left at the end of this season. And Kovacic is that kind of a player, he likes that connection with the managers, and you could see he had a deep connection with Thomas Tuchel. So more changes could be on the cards. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.